Good afternoon, Diane Rose.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, Diane Rose, can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Diane Rose Condes Chavez. I'm 26 years old, single mother. I have one son, 6 years old.
Okay, I have a few questions for you to answer, so let's start.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you want to work as a maid?
I want to work as a maid because I know I can earn more money if I work this kind of job.
Why you choose Malaysia when there is a lot of other country?
I want to choose Malaysia because I have a feeling that I'm I'm gonna be safe in this country.
How are you qualified for this job?
Mm, yes, ma'am. Again.
How are you qualified for this job?
Uh, I can I have a passion to work and I'm willing to learn.
May I know what your educational level is?
Uh, I'm a high school graduate.
What is your recent working experience?
I work as a sales lady and then I work as I make a business too before.
Have you worked abroad before?
Not yet.
Do you have experience of taking care of baby?
Yes, ma'am.
How about elderly?
Not yet.
Do you have any other special skills?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you willing to learn new skills?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you willing to work with a family where the mother-in-law or any relatives stay together?
Yes, ma'am.
Currently, are you still working now?
No.
Do you know how to cook?
Yes, ma'am.
What sort of food can you cook?
Filipino food.
Are you aware that you will have to do washing, cleaning, ironing, and cooking?
Yes, ma'am.
From all the house chores that I mentioned to you, which do you like most?
Yes, ma'am.
From all the house chores that I mentioned to you, like washing, cleaning, ironing, and cooking, which do you like most?
I like washing, ironing, and cleaning the house.
If ever you were selected to work in Malaysia, who will take care of your kid?
My mother and my father.
You are not allowed to use handphone during working hours.
Yes, ma'am.
You are only allowed to use handphone after you finish all the works and when going to bed.
Yes, ma'am.
You are strictly needed to surrender the handphone to your employer in the morning and your employer will return back to you once you're going to bed.
Yes, ma'am.
If ever your employer finds out that you're abusing of using your handphone and it's affected your work performance, your employer will confiscate your handphone and you are not allowed to hold it anymore.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but instead, your employer will allow you to call to your family 3 times in a month. You only allowed to bring normal phone and you are not allowed to bring smartphone. Are you agreed for the terms and condition?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you agreed to the rules and regulation for the handphone?
Yes, ma'am.
How many years is the contract as you agreed and understands?
2 years.
Can you describe for me your ethics, your attitude?
I have a patience to work and I'm honest too.
How can you assure to us that you will work hard in Malaysia?
I'm gonna do my best and I will follow the rules for the contract that I signed.
Can you promise not to use the telephone without the permission of your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to put on makeup but to dress properly while work?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to invite friends and relatives without the consent of your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to ask for advance salary from your employer under any circumstances?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you really understand of the rules and regulation of the agency?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you pay any placement fee for you to come to Malaysia to work as a maid?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any history of sickness, breast cancer, or any other illness?
No, nothing, ma'am.
Do you suffer from any skin diseases, allergy, or physical defect?
No, nothing, ma'am.
Have you suffered from any serious illness?
Nothing.
Yes or no?
No.
Do you smoke?
No.
Have you undergone any operation?
No.
Are you medically fit or are you fit to work?
I'm medically fit.
Are you in any medication right now?
No, ma'am.
Are you allergic with any food?
No, ma'am.
Are you preferred to work for the employer of any race?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you preferred to eat the type of food taken by your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you afraid of being left alone in the house?
No, ma'am.
Are you afraid of dogs or other pets?
No, ma'am.
Can you promise to work according to instruction from your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any immediate family working in Malaysia?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Diane Rose, we have finished our question section. Let's go to case study. I have a case study for you and I want you to answer me truthfully.
Yes, ma'am.
Upon arrival in Malaysia, within 6 months only, you are staying here. If ever any of your family members passed away, what will you do?
I'm gonna call them that I can't go back home because I need to finish my contract in Malaysia. I'm gonna send the help for them. I'm gonna send the money.
Okay, so you will just inform them that you cannot go home.
Yes, ma'am.
And you just send money.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well anyways, Diane Rose, kindly tell us about yourself again and why do you want to work in Malaysia as domestic helper?
I'm Diane Rose Tabes. I'm 26 years old. I am single mom and I have a 6 years old son. I want to work in Malaysia because I feel like in Malaysia I'm safe and I feel that this country is good for me.
Okay, what do you want to tell to your employer who are watching your video right now?
Yes, ma'am, again.
What do you want to tell to your employer who are watching your video right now?
Hello, ma'am. Hello, sir. Please use me because I'm willing to do my work and I'm willing to and I have patience and I'm honest too. And I want you to know that I'm willing to learn how to work with you, and I promise you that I will finish my contract that I signed.
Okay, thank you very much, Diane Rose. We will update to your agency if there is any selection made by the employer.
Yes, ma'am.